Hello friends. In today's video, we will discuss a very important issue, which is how can boards be responsible? Now, this question can be a leading question, can be a probing question, or can be a loaded question. It depends on when this question is being asked. The purpose of discussing this is if it was a year back, we could have discussed this as a leading question. How can boards be responsible? If it is the present, which is the purpose of what we are discussing is the COVID-19, which is the pandemic that we are discussing, and how can boards be responsible at this time. And if it is after a year, the same question can be a loaded question, which is how can boards be responsible? Which is discussing and dissecting something that has already happened. Now, what is the backdrop that we are even discussing this about? We are discussing this based on yesterday's video, which was how can we become the company that would put us out of business? Now, we are all questioners, which is people who keep asking questions. For this statement, why could there not be a single company which happened to be a clairvoyant? A company that discussed this issue a year back. But I was just going through some posts in LinkedIn today, and what I found is there was a company which did a mock lockdown or a shutdown of its enterprise. And that company today does not find it difficult to handle a real lockdown situation which has occurred in the form of COVID-19. So in yesterday's video, we also discussed three major questions. The first question that we discussed was, what is the worst that can happen? But this question is about the past. If it is the present, we are discussing on, are we chasing butterflies? And if yes, which is the butterfly that we should focus on? And of course, if it is the future, the question is, what are we missing? And again, this what are we missing is a question which is an unknown, which may not have answers. But that is where the board's responsibility plays a very important role to discuss what are we missing. Today, managements come and ask this question: should we keep the boards informed on whatever is happening on COVID-19? And is it on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis? I mean, how often are we to keep our boards informed? Now, my question is, if we have to ask this question, how can boards be responsible? Now, this question has to be looked at from the liability angle of a director. Now, when I'm talking about a liability angle of a director, two things play a very important role. One is, a director is responsible or is liable for any acts that has occurred with his knowledge through a board process. Now, that is a very important takeaway, which is knowledge. So, should the management keep the boards informed? The answer to that is a big S. But then, look at the meaning of knowledge. It has multiple meanings, but from a statutory point of view, it can mean information, which is when you inform the board of a particular issue, it becomes an information. When the board goes through that information, it becomes awareness. And when the board comprehends the information that is given, it becomes awareness. So, three things which are very important are information, awareness, understanding. So, this last stage, when they comprehend and they come back to the management with a solution, it becomes understanding of that particular issue. So, knowledge is a very important role it plays when it comes to board decisions. So, every company will have to make it a point to go and inform the boards about what they are doing to ensure that they protect the interest of the entire stakeholder community. So, yesterday's leading question was, should managements keep the boards informed of all the developments pertaining to COVID? The answer is yes. But what are the ways in which management has to keep the board informed? I will reserve it for my next video. Good day.